Healthy Heart is so favored to have Lady on this fifth season of Faith and Favor. To God be the glory. Her name is Amber Williams, but she's Lady to me. The Lord allowed us to go together on a mission trip to Haiti. Lady ministered, this is over 10 years ago. She ministered. Oh my God. And we were not, the women had to stay outside with coconuts falling out of the tree. This woman of God was used by God mightily. And I saw her strength and her stamina and her faith in action. So enjoy our dialogue. All right now. Greetings, greetings. It's a mighty good day. I have a special person guest. And she knows I get emotional, and she looks at me like that too, like, oh, child.
Oh, no.
Oh, and I love it. This is my Lady Amber, and I'll let her introduce herself. But I asked Lady if she would, and I call her Lady on purpose. I really do. I know your name, but that's who you are to me because that's who you represent. But anyway, okay. So this is Lady, and I asked her if she would come and be on Healthy Heart on the fifth season that's speaking of faith and favor. And I give the option, and I could get emotional if I want to, because I give the option on Zoom. Don't want to put anybody out, or I'll come to them now, because I'm so favored that somebody would say yes. But she said she'll come here. And this lady has opportunities. She's got at least 5 minor opportunities and then a major opportunity, but she took time to come this way. So I am so grateful. And what I've asked Lady to do, I could go on and on about our relationship, because last night I was thinking, okay, I met her on New Year's Eve and she was on that and in that office, and I'm like, what she know about Pastor? Why she on this girl? And then I said, well, she must be special. And that day on New Year's Eve, my God, my God. So anyway, I asked Lady if she would share something about her faith walk or God's favor, however you're led. Please, please.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you so much, Cha, for having me here. It's been an honor and a privilege to participate in this. And you know, our love, my love for you. You're your family, and we love you. And I'm so glad to just be running in the same circles. So, but yes, my name is Amber, and I just am honored to be here. And I loved the theme of this season. And as I was trying to think about like what to say or what to talk about or how to brag on the Lord, because there's a lot of little things, big things I could say. I think the big overarching theme that I want to brag on the Lord about, which might sound strange at first, but is that the Lord has held me fast and firm in my faith. And I want to brag on the Lord about this because I know that that's not true for so many who nowadays seem to be drifting away into so many various paths. And so the Matthew 7 came to mind when I was thinking about this, and it's the parable where Jesus talks about building your house on a rock. Matthew 7 came to mind when I was thinking about this, and it's the parable where Jesus talks about building your house on a rock. Wow. And he just talks about, the foolish person, they built their house on sand, and so the winds came and the storm blew and their house didn't stand. But the wise person, the one who's trusting in the Lord, built their house on the rock, and we know that that rock is Christ, built their house on the rock, and so the storms came and the wind blew, but that house was not shaken. Wow. And practical ways that I have seen that bearing true in my life. We can start back to just getting married, having our first kid, our first daughter. We had her. She was diagnosed with a blood disorder. And I remember praying at that time, like, Lord, I pray that you would heal her. I pray that you would take this away. But I pray for an opportunity to grow my faith. And so while we were waiting for the retesting to confirm her condition, that was my prayer. Like, Lord, let it not be. I was like, but this is an opportunity to grow my faith. And when it came back and it was confirmed that this is what she has, I said, well, Lord, I prayed for the opportunity to grow my faith, and this is the opportunity that you've given me. And instead of turning on the Lord in that instance, I think it deepened my faith. And then just, going through, so I could talk about her for a little while, but I won't, but just, Lord, is now the right time to get a car? We don't really have the money saved up to buy a new car. We're thinking about this when we're about to have our third child. Like we need to go from a car to a van now. And I'm like, Lord, this really isn't the time. And my husband's like, well, I think we should. And it's like, okay. And then you just see how the Lord works it out. Like this, you get the car, you find a deal or you find something. Yes. And so, I don't know, I'm just so thankful that the Lord has kept me, and not just kept me, but that like he's throwing wood on the fire
girl,
for him.
I'm going to let you talk some more.
No,
but your faith to want twins when it doesn't run in the family, it blew me. And I'm like, so sometimes when I get in a pinch about anything, I'm like, Lord, you directed her because she's trusting you to pray for what she couldn't see, nor does it run in the nor does it run in the family. And then we got twins. And I told your honey bunny the other day, I said, man, she got God's ear because she be praying for some stuff. And he's like, okay, baby girl, but it's based on your foundation.
Yeah. And the Lord is just he's so beautiful. And I think it's easy to say that when life is going good. And when you feel like you're receiving the blessing and the favor of the Lord in the good sense. But I found that true even in the valley. Yes. And I think it's the valley and I look back on those valley moments, and it's those valley moments, my daughter's diagnosis, her struggling with the eczema, family persecutions, it's those valley moments that hammered us deeper into the Lord because we had to run to him.
And another moment that used to get me, and I wanted to say, older people be trying to tell people what to do. I'm like, girl, you ain't got to get no dented canned food. How you would be so creative with your menu. And I'm like, my God, Lord. And you just would do that. You would smile and go to these places that didn't have bags or boxes and the cans and didn't know what was in the can. And y'all would be, and I'm like, that is a faith walk that I can learn so much from. So you can speak of it, but then you have a cloud of witness that have watched you. So I just glorify God that I know just a little bit. I may not say a whole lot because I wanted to say, oh, child, you can get some of the best surprises. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody fooling with you going to no dent and can place. But God has, and 5 babies, favor. Whoo. Now, I have a question, if I can entertain the question. Yes. I had an opportunity to talk to someone about their salvation and about someone else's salvation, how it appeared. And it was a little person, and children, I don't do kids very well. I like them a lot. And I like to talk if you can talk. Well, anyway, this child was saying, well, his friend had to get baptized because his father was in ministry. And so with your heritage of a strong spiritual family, did you feel the pressure? How can you talk to people? Because I was trying to talk Lydia, and I thought, Lord, don't do it, child. Let the Holy Spirit. So how do you balance that? Or how can we minister to these people that they won't feel that we're trying to pressure them? Because I'm like, girl, you can get baptized anytime you want. And I thought, stop it, child. Then when I heard, so how do we? My friend down the street. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I think that's so good. It's a good question to ask. And it's something that both me and my husband have thought a lot about growing up. My husband's parents were pastors, and then my grandfather was a pastor. So I grew up in church.